Are relationship experts immune to heartbreaks? And are they better lovers? Nikki Porter, host of Nuggets of Nikki podcast, joins Coach V, not just one, but two love gurus. Get real in this unfiltered episode of Love Hacks.
Love hacks, we got you. No need to be
Beautiful day,
sad.
Coach V. Beautiful day, Nikki. Welcome to the show.
Thank you so much for having me. I am so happy and excited to be here.
Yay!
I'm so happy to have you over. And Coach
Yeah.
V, thank you so much for
Of
being here as
course.
well. All right, before we move on to yung segment na to,
Yes.
we did want to mention that you actually, Coach V, had a harrowing experience recently and we want to make sure you were okay muna.
Oo.
Right? So,
I
for
saw
those...
your post.
Yeah, for those who do not know, just to quickly summarize what happened, if I'm not mistaken, Coach V, na when you were out with on a girls trip on a vacation, pinasukan yung Airbnb ninyo.
Yes.
And the nice thing is that you actually turned it into love advice also.
No, that's
Oo.
true. Yeah.
Kasi you told us how a partner should react. So let's
Absolutely.
go
Yeah,
through
let's
that muna.
tell us-
First of all,
tell
are
us
you
about
okay? And of
Yes.
course, how should a partner react based on your experience?
Right. So I am okay, thank God. It was actually two of my friends who saw the intruder. So to cut the story short, we were on this vacation in Tagaytay, and we feel like we were so comfortable. We were dancing in the afternoon, thinking that everything is okay. The villa is so beautiful, but then right before we sleep, we realized that the door locks weren't working.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
Like all
Gosh.
of the door locks?
Yeah, so there are three entry points from the outside because
Okay.
it's a small villas, but it's really beautiful. You have glass doors. But then when you're about to lock it, alam mo yung sobrang old na ng locks na hindi na siya
Okay, hindi na
Oh.
kumakagat. Okay,
yeah, so we
okay.
were thinking like, what can we do here? But like, we didn't really think that there's something's going to happen.
Yeah.
But it kind of bothered us. So instead of sleeping in different beds, I've told my other friend like, why don't you just sleep in this bed? So tabi kami tatlo. Tapos when we right around 3 a.m., I was sleeping in the middle of them. Tapos for some reason, nagising ako kasi yung katabi ko, nakaganto na siya. Sabi niya, oh my God! Tapos nakatulala na yung friend ko. Sabi ko, what's happening? And then my other friend was yelling. And then they were like, there was a guy literally 1 meter from us opening the door to our room. Akala niya daw ghost kasi pagtingin niya sa pinto, nag-open yung pinto ng dahan-dahan.
Okay.
But what's creepy is pag yuko niya, nakita niya yung guy na all wrapped in, alam mo yung rubbery suit, pero yung sa mukha niya, parang yung sa mommy, naka-bandage. It's really meant to cover himself, naka-gloves pa. Tapos halos nakadapa. Kaya sobrang nakakatakot.
Yeah.
But what's more creepy is we had valuables in the restroom kasi he used the restroom to enter our room.
Okay.
We had valuables in the restroom.
Hindi niya kinuha
He
yung
did
valuables.
not get them.
I
So,
understand.
ibang intention niya
Yeah.
talaga.
Again, we're happy.
That is really scary.
We're
So-
happy you're safe.
Yeah,
Right.
we're happy
Oo.
you're
Right.
safe.
So Pao, you were asking. It was one of the reasons that we were able to stay alive was because of the help of our partners. Our partners stayed with us on the phone. They helped call the police, and most of all, at 3 a.m. when we decided we want to leave the Airbnb, they made sure that we have a hotel to go to, and they run as fast as possible, even if they're thousands of miles away from us. So pick a good partner because at 3 a.m. if they're not good, they're not even gonna pick up the phone.
Grabe. Alam mo, thank you for sharing that story. And of course, Nikki, I wanna segue to you when it comes to that. Also, kasi when you hear stories like that, syempre we always talk about being a strong woman, being a woman who's really sure of herself. But there are moments like that also. And we talk about love all the time. We talk how important is for you since mag-segue tayo sa love coaching mo, right?
Ah, okay.
How important is it to have like a partner like that na able to kahit malayo kayo feel present and take care of you?
Well, absolutely. It's important for that partner to be your safe space, right?
Yeah.
They have to be that person who is not only just comforting you, but also finding the solution and how to mediate situations like this as well. So, super tama yung ginawa ng
Yeah.
partner. It's like, how can I help even if I'm not there? So with that kind of assistance, like you feel more validated in your situation and you feel safer in that situation that your partner is also there they can help you in your times of need, especially for something so scary as
Oh,
this.
oh.
Exactly. At saka you know what, your partner should be there during the good times, but especially during moments like that when your
Yes.
life is in danger, 'di ba? When you don't know what's gonna happen next, when things are uncertain, then your partner is gonna be there. But Nikki, welcome to the show.
Yeah.
What a segue.
No way to do realer talk than this.
Anyways, welcome to the show.
Yeah.
So you were a DJ before, yes?
Yes,
So
yes.
you transitioned from DJ to love guru, from music to matters of the heart. Paano naging yung transition na yan? How did that happen?
Okay, so there's no greater catalyst, I think, in change than heartbreak. Diba? Because a lot of
Yeah.
us, when we get broken up with, we get ghosted, or whatever happens that isn't, an amicable kind of separation. You want to change yourself in a way that's like better than the person that they left behind.
Yeah.
That's true. Diba? So for it can be like losing weight, it can be you taking on new hobbies, having a new circle of friends. For me, it was really I was down in the dumps. I'm not gonna lie. But the thing is, I was also really starting to question. It's like, why is the outcome always this way? Why do I always feel like I'm the one being left behind? And then, for some reason, my algorithm heard me, and then so I
Okay.
started to see like more relationship advice online. And then it was more than just looking at like he doesn't deserve you kind of thing, but it was more of like it got to the level of like attachment styles, which I wasn't really familiar with until I got the chance to, read more about it. And then in my head, I was like, how come I feel like this needs to be common knowledge, the way that people should be communicating with one another, the way that, healthy relationships should look like. And so from there, I was also interviewing coaches at the time. So I was like, maybe this could be a thing. Because I know
Yeah.
V is a dating coach. And I was like, okay, but like what's a different kind of niche also that is still about love, but then I can probably call it my own. So I dove more into like the relationship dynamics,
Yeah.
or more on relational communication actually.
Okay.
So from there, I was still a DJ at the time, but then it was just nice to know these things because it wasn't just looking for a different profession. It was looking for a way for me to be better at dating and looking for a partner as well.
So love brought you to that direction.
Yeah, heartbreak
Heartbreak.
brought me to
Yes.
love.
Okay. No, yeah. That's the irony,
Pero
no?
you know what, totoo yun, ano? When you go through a breakup, especially for girls, we always want to, change the whole scenario.
Absolutely. It
Change
starts-
ourselves.
Yeah.
Look better than we did
Correct.
before,
Yeah.
diba?
Coach V, the heartbreak. Let's talk about that
Yeah.
leading to where she is right now. Oh, like how can heartbreak be a catalyst?
So I wanted to add kay Ann, no? It starts usually with cutting our hair short.
Yes.
And then
So
Coloring
true.
we want to change the rest
Very
of our
Basha.
lives.
You know that movie?
Yes. And I also wanted to add with Nikki, from a heartbreak, I've heard that you are in a very happy intercultural relationship now. So she'll talk about that later.
Okay.
Okay, now you can talk about it now, actually.
Yeah, why
Oh.
don't we go
Yeah,
ahead?
of course. Yeah, so I am in an intercultural relationship, as Coach V said. But yeah, so he is from Europe, and of course, it's not. I will be honest. Like it's fun the beginning, right? You're always, it's the whole dating, getting to know each other, flirting, and all these things. But once you get to really know the person, culturally in Europe, a lot of them there are some countries that are a little more closed or individualistic.
Yeah.
So they might seem cold actually. But
Okay.
then once you get to know this person, especially they get more comfortable with you. They really show the kind of person that they are. Like they're very playful. They're very fun to be with. They're very caring and loving.
Okay.
Which they won't show to anybody else but you. And you feel like you've you have a special VIP access to that
to that
kind
side
of
of them.
side.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
So it was really wonderful. Of course, in the beginning, we had to go through adjustments. Sometimes we still do until now,
Yeah.
because we have to understand like the cultural dynamics that he has and that I have as well. And so we have to talk through that. The important part is really communicating about that, especially when it's like conflict related.
Is this like your first intercultural relationship?
No.
Afam lover talaga
Yeah.
si
Talaga
Nikki.
hashtag.
Actually, you know,
Yes.
it's so interesting because we're gonna focus on your coaching as well. Kasi minsan you have to be a playing coach in the sense that you also have to understand
Yes,
how it all
yes.
works out, right? And when you do coach people, how do you approach them? Like, kasi some Filipinos, aminin na natin, hindi sila fan ng real talk. Like they like beating around the bush. Pero when we go into your approach, how do you feel is the best way? Do we have to go dive into it like in a almost a real talk manner?
Yeah, what do you think?
I think it depends on the person really, because for the people that I've spoken to, because they know that they are also in a coaching setting.
Yeah.
It's like I also let them know what to expect in a kind of session. So they have to get to that, mindset that, okay, this is not going to be your normal kind of kwentuhan, diba? So when I speak to them, it's just a matter of asking questions. That's all you really do for most of the time, so that you get a better understanding of what the relationship problem is, if there is a problem. And because sometimes the first thing that they'll bring up, there's an underlying reason behind that pala.
Okay.
So you really just have to dig deep into what it is. And sometimes the questions are going to be a little bit more personal, but again, it's something that's expected. But when I mean by reading the room, so sometimes they're ready, so you do the real talk. But again, it's still a gentle kind of approach. It's like,
Right.
okay, so what was your trauma like?
Yeah,
Diba? Hindi naman
Hindi siya
ganon,
blunt.
diba?
Hindi siya blunt. Oo.
Yeah, so you lead up to that point, right? But there are also situations when immediately they're triggered. So you have to help, ground them and make them feel like it's okay, like let it out, and then give them some time to breathe and compose themselves. And then eventually you can ask questions that will once again lead to the topic.
And to add to that, sometimes they hire coaches because they want like a slap on the hand.
Okay.
They already
True,
know what
true.
to do, but they just need us to reinforce that what you're doing is there's a better way to go about it.
Yes.
Because I do believe that ultimately people are still the best solution provider. You just need experts to kind of reinforce. So for example, with our coaching, we use like a science-based approach wherein I'm not gonna tell you tips based on my experience. I'm gonna tell you that based on data, kung gusto mong bumalik sa ex mong manloloko, there's a 300% chance that they will cheat again. So go ahead, my love, if you wanna go back to them. I'm just here to deliver the news.
300%. Okay.
The both of you are love experts. So do people assume that because you're relationship coaches, you are also perfect lovers and you have the perfect love lives? Do you have people, automatically assuming that?
I'm so happy you asked that question and not me. Alright. No, lala.
Kasi diba, you know all the scientific facts, diba, about relationships, about love. So does that make you like super expert also when you're already in that situation, when you're already in a relationship? Does it make you a better lover?
In terms of becoming a better lover, I think what coaches like V and I learn, especially in the field of love, is this concept called empathy, right? So empathy is you're understanding the other person's feelings, behaviors, certain traits that they have, so that they can feel seen and feel validated. And so in terms of being a lover, you can use it as loosely as you want, but you are able to understand and adjust to the preferences that they have, because that's the kind of love that they want to be given, right? So for me, I would say I think yes, as long as we don't overthink also in the relationship
Which is
coach ako
hard.
kailangan ko.
Yeah, which is hard.
Which is
Yeah.
hard
Tao
not
lang.
to overthink.
Yeah.
Yeah, tao
Oo.
lang. And to add to that, there's definitely an expectation, di ba, Nikki? Like even I, as a matchmaker, once we go and meet our clients, titingnan yung kamay mo. Are you married?
Yeah.
Because di
yeah.
ba, usually sasabihin like, how can you sell the surface without you getting into one yourself?
Yeah,
no?
yeah.
So those are challenges. But one of the ways that we also go about it is we tell them, this is regardless of my personal experience. What you're hiring me is for my skills of finding you somebody. So
Alright.
that's like one of the ways that you could communicate, because it is a profession. It's not a personal
Right.
Yes.
thing for us too.
So we're actually running out of time here, but what we're gonna do is that because we have a lot of juicy questions, we're going to go in a quick lightning round thing.
Okay.
So we're going to ask you to answer like in a sentence or so, just to get through this, because I really want to ask these questions.
Sure, let's go.
Mga juicy muna.
Go.
Mga juicy muna. Have you had clients approach you not to coach but to date you? Pero saying that, pa-coach naman.
Oh, thank God, hindi pa naman.
Di
And-
pa.
yeah.
Coach V? Si Coach V, alam ko.
I mean, it's just because 12 years in the industry, we've had a few experiences.
Okay.
Okay. If you are the expert in love and relationships, sino dapat ang leader sa relationship?
Ooh.
Kayo ba or your partner?
For me, my partner, I'm not gonna be a coach in my own relationship.
Oh. How about you, Nikki?
I would say in terms of what she said, I also agree. But in terms of like my experience also, I think you can be leaders in different aspects of the relationship.
Okay.
Yeah, and I think part of being a leader naman is not just to lead, but also to know when to follow.
Right.
So like it's okay to take the step back, and they can be the one to plan and all these things. So you can rest from time to time.
What do you think of this statement? Because there are stronger women nowadays. More women are stepping up. Do you think strong women are becoming men in relationships? Oh.
I would say, I think it's not so. I think people think that strong women are like men in relationships because the traits that strong women have been traditionally attributed to men. But the reality is strong women, and we're talking about relational dynamics here, so it's like strong women just need stronger men in understanding what that relationship needs.
So for me, I feel like it's an insult for a woman to try to be a man, We will be able to be more successful if we act and think like a woman, and of course respect the man, but the goal is to never be a man, but to bring out our own femininity and like thrive in our femininity.
Is that the one love truth, Coach V, that women hate hearing but need to accept?
Absolutely, because they think that like to be successful is to act like a man. No, you can get away with a lot of things by being pabebe and being smiling and being soft than like being loud and being very aggressive. So you just have to learn the right dynamics and compartmentalize. Be assertive in your workforce, in your work life, but be a baby in your dating life.
I wanted to ask nga, does that turn them off when you're too strong?
For the most part, I would say yes. You have to draw the line between when to be this strong, independent woman, and then when to be a more relaxed in your feminine, soft feminine kind of energy. Because like we have to play also into the role that men also like to lead when they want to feel like men also.
Yeah.
So it's kind of like it would be something that if you can learn how to switch that on and off, also when to be this strong feminine, when to be like a soft one, then I think that's a powerful thing to have both sides.
Agreed.
Alam mo, I love that. And Coach V, Nikki, really appreciate you spending time
I
with us.
appreciate it too. I had so much fun.
I wish we had more time with you.
So many questions to
yeah,
ask.
I know, but we had to check on Coach V talaga after her experience, and we're happy you're okay, Coach V. Nikki, thank you so much for sharing everything. We have this one.
Thank you.
I think we have this one final question before we go.
Yes, Nikki, our show is called Beautiful Day. What makes your day beautiful?
My day is beautiful when I can see my lovely dog when I wake up.
Best answer. And of course, Coach V, just to let everyone know, may text line na po kami for a love hacks.
love
How
hacks,
do
yeah.
we reach out?
Yes, if you'd like to share your stories on love and receive real-life solutions that are effective, you could message us at 0927-9751-235, or you could just send your messages, also your questions, at Dating Coach V on Instagram, and hear the solution here on Love Hacks.
Or join us in person on TV.
Ay,
Grabe, pwede yun. I am excited. All right. We're gonna wrap things up here, but